Aloha all, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby Air Ride. I'm Paper Mario Guy, and in this episode we are going to continue Air Ride mode, but before we do, I just wanted to show you that I used one of my purple boxes. I probably shouldn't have, but I can earn it back. But I used the purple box so I can unlock my favorite star in the game, the Shadow Star, and we are going to be displaying it off in our first Beanstalk Perk. So let's get it started. And as you can see, now that I have one more star, there's just too many to fit in one row, so made a second row. So let's go. Punishes foes, as it likes to be. It's a very offensive star. My good friend the Omni Gamer pointed out that its top speed isn't as good as I maybe made it out to be, but it is a very, very offensive star, and it has an excellent glide. Maybe not as good as the Wing Star, but it's an excellent glide nonetheless. Therefore, it is one of my favorite stars. So, it's still a magnificent star that I would always recommend in pretty much any environment, unless it's like a straightaway, in which case you're probably better off taking something like I don't know. I was almost going to say the Dragoon, but more like the Formula Star. The Dragoon we will show off later. It's one of the legendary vehicles in City Trial mode. It's quite an amazing vehicle, but, that's not what we're, looking at now. We are looking at the Shadow Star. So, recently, I've been, I was on this one website, right, and I was talking to this guy, and there was a topic that was made on what you think is the best system, or what's your favorite system. And me personally, I'm a big fan of the Nintendo 64. If you couldn't tell already by the amount of N64 games that I do as Let's Plays, and you'll see. I'm going to be doing a lot more N64 games in the future as well. But, I'm just a big N64 fan. There's no doubt about that. And, the guy that I was talking to was just, really discrediting it. And I was, kind of confused, because, not everybody has to like the N64. I'm not saying that. But he was, really just kind of bashing it. And I'm going to take the right path this time. And, I was just, like I said, a little confused. And his main complaint was, it was basically a quality versus quantity thing, it seemed. That's at least how I perceived it. Yeah, he was like, he wasn't, super bashing it or anything. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to use the wheelie bike. I'm probably not going to do very good, but let's do it. And we'll be pink this time, because I don't think we've actually been normal Kirby yet. But it was like, we were battling in basically, a thing of quantity versus quality. And, me personally, I took the quality side. But his main, his main complaint about the N64 was its, lack of, a massive library like the, Super Nintendo had, or, even the normal Nintendo had. And I understand the complaint, you would like more games, and there really weren't that many games on the N64. But my whole thing was, I was not necessarily going off of, statistics alone, even though I am quite a big stat junkie, as I've, mentioned plenty of times in the past. But I was going off of just generally how much fun I had with all the games on the N64. And, thinking about it, I would much rather take the N64's library of games and, how much fun I can have with those over any other system. And, again, it's, quite debatable which system is necessarily the best. But as far as, I'm concerned, it is undeniable that I find the N64, fun. And I also use the word undeniable in reference to, the amount of great games that the N64 has. And and the guy, of course, being, not on the side of the N64 was, asking me to back up my, my statement of undeniable. And to be honest, I mean, and I want you guys to, you know, tell me what you think on the whole subject, but, you know, when I said that, there were so many games that came to mind, you know, right off the top of my head. And there was just, like, the amount of games that, you know, either the series had the best of or helped improve on the N64, or just the sheer amount of, you know, series that that the N64 spawned that, you know, were really good series. Just helped me. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie, you know, Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, both really well-received games, both very good selling games on the N64. The entire Mario Party franchise is on the N64. I'm gonna use the Formula Star on this. Actually, wait, where's one with... You know, I hate to use it a third time, but I really don't like using the Bulk Star or the Slick Star, or the Wagon Star for that much. But I'm gonna use the Warp Star again. But I mean, you know, it's just like Banjo-Kazooie's on there. The entire Mario Party franchise is on there. GoldenEye is on there. And if you're not a big fan of first-person shooters, but you know, that's fine. I mean, I don't, you know, I'm not exactly the most gigantic fan of first-person shooters, but just to be able to sit there and honestly try to deny what GoldenEye did to just gaming in general is just a bit of ludicrous to me, because, you know, this is definitely first-person shooting, or first-person shooters are, you know, really probably the biggest, you know, market out there today. Especially considering, you know, that's what most people say the 360 is, you know, majority of. And I wouldn't deny that, because, you know, the 360 does have a lot of first-person shooters. But it's just like GoldenEye was there, Perfect Dark was there, both really influential, you know, first-person shooters. And in my opinion, besides maybe Doom, the most influential first-person shooter of all time. So, I mean, GoldenEye's on there, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Party, you know, it may be overrated to some, but I mean, Ocarina of Time's on there, and that is honestly one of the, if not the most critically, highest critically acclaimed game of all time. I mean, if you go on, you know, certain websites like, say, like Metacritic and that, I mean, it's number one. It's the highest rated game on that website. I think I don't know. Galaxy 2 for a little bit there was, but I think a negative review brought it down. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. But I mean, either way, I mean, it's really high up there for both of those aggregate reviewing websites. And, you know, some of the things that it introduced into the Zelda series has, you know, definitely stuck. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So much has been stapled into the Zelda series because of that game. And then not to just dwell on those games, but I mean, you still have, you know, really, like, other great titles. I mean, you have Conker's Bad Fur Day, you have, I'm trying to think of the one, here's another thing, Star Fox. Star Fox 64, you know, to be honest, I'm not the biggest Star Fox fan, but I can appreciate what Star Fox at least did to gaming and, you know, to its series. And without Star Fox 64, I honestly think Star Fox would have died off, because I don't ever remember, you know, the original Star Fox being, you know, super popular. And then you have Smash Bros, which started, you know, probably one of the most popular, you know, fighting series of all time. I mean, everybody, I don't really know too many people who can honestly sit there and say that they don't like Smash Bros. So, I mean, you have Smash Bros, Mario Party, you have Paper Mario, which, you know, is really well received, Banjo-Kazooie, all those things started. I mean, you had a great Zelda game on there. Super Mario 64, you know, a lot of people's favorite Mario, too. I mean, and again, it had so much... Oh, see, yeah, sweet. I think I get my purple star back. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check. But I don't know. You know, I'm not saying that other game systems don't have good, good systems. I'm not saying, I mean, good games. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, you know, the N64, I definitely think can be said to have an undeniably great, you know, set of games. And while there are a lot of, you know, shitty sports games and everything, you know, it really does have a great library, even though it's small. So I think it's quality over quantity here. But I mean, feel free to post your opinions on the whole thing. And also, one more thing before I end, just you know, because I'm curious, if you want to order the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, and GameCube in order from your like favorite to, you know, least favorite, just because I'm interested to see, and plus this can help me in my debate with this guy. Until next time, though, I'm Paper Mario Guy of the KoopaNinjaBros, and I'll see you all later.